So guys, it looks like Leonard Ellerbe was talking to, I think, Helen Yee Sports, and Leonard Ellerbe says that the Terence Crawford and Errol Spence fight's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And he's saying, well, you know, Errol Spence has got all these big fights that he could fight on his side. Why does he have to cross the street? And this is what, for me, is bad about boxing. The fight the fans want to see in America and around the world is Errol Spence v Terence Crawford. That's the fight everybody wants to see. That's the fight that everybody's talking about. That's the fight that everyone's fantasizing about. But Leonard Ellerbe is saying that that fight's not going to happen because, you know, firstly, Bob Arum's talking rubbish, which Bob Arum does. And I don't think Bob Arum's great at making fights. He ends up talking rubbish about people. And Al Heyman doesn't seem like a guy that will take those things kindly. And once you talk rubbish about Al Heyman, he's probably not going to do a deal with you. So that from Bob Arum is not very smart. But secondly, PBC have got a monopoly all over the welterweights. So they're saying, why do we need to come and mess with you when we could create things over here? We could create unification fights over here. We could have one champion here, and then we can sort it out with you. But the thing is, Terence Crawford has got no one to fight right now. And Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He's an elite fighter, and he needs to be mixing it up with all these welterweights. Now, Leonard Ellerbe saying that the Terence Crawford and Errol Spence fight is not going to happen is probably not pleasing the fans. It's definitely not sitting well with the fans because the fans want to see this fight. And this is what's wrong with boxing. You need to have the best fighting the best. The best fight in the welterweight division right now is Errol Spence v Terence Crawford. And the fans are being, in my opinion, the fact that these promoters are stopping these big fights from happening. So they're not pleasing the fans. You know, the whole thing about boxing is about pleasing the fans and giving the fans what they want, because that's when you're going to make your dough. That's when you're going to make your big money. Now, I'm not saying in the welterweight division, there's so many good fights. So Porter Spence is a good fight. Thurman Pacquiao's a good fight. There's so many good fights. But what I don't want is these promoters alienating a guy like Terence Crawford, who's exceptional, just because he's with a certain promoter. You need to start doing business because that's what the fans want. You know, for a guy like Leonard Ellerbe, who would know what's going on, because like I said, he's very close with Al Heyman, close with Floyd Mayweather, so he would know what's going on behind the scenes. For a guy like that to be saying that, you know, Spence v Crawford's not happening, he would have inside information. So the chances are the fight's not going to be happening anytime soon, which the fans are not going to like hearing. Me, I'm disappointed as a fan. I'm disappointed that Leonard Ellerbe's come out and said that the fight between Crawford and Spence is not going to happen. Because that's the fight really in the welterweight division right now. It's a super fight in the welterweight division right now. But just because you've got a monopoly over the PBC and all the other welterweights, that doesn't mean you alienate Terence Crawford. You need to start bringing Terence Crawford in the mix. The only problem is that I do agree where it says that, you know, Terence Crawford is with ESPN, right? Whereas those fights are easy to make because they're with one broadcaster, or they're with the broadcaster that can on Fox or Showtime, wherever they want to put it. Right, they're in control. With Bob Arum and Top Rank and Al Heyman, ESPN, they're not in control. So it's difficult to work out a deal. But that doesn't mean that you don't sit together on a table and try figuring things out, because that's what the fans want. Fans want to see Terence Crawford in there with the PBC welterweights. They want to see it. They don't want to see Terence Crawford fighting all these guys, right? Now, Amir Khan was a fight which they pulled out the bag. Amir Khan was a big name. Unfortunately, Amir Khan's probably not the fighter he was. So the fight didn't end up being as what people thought. People were looking at it at the old Amir Khan. And unfortunately, it wasn't the old Amir Khan. It was an Amir Khan probably past his best. You know, so the fans want to see the PBC welterweights, who are considered the top welterweights, fight Terence Crawford. And we're not getting that. And the big fight that the fans want to see is Errol Spence v Terence Crawford. And the fans are not getting that. So leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Are you unhappy with this? Ellerbe saying that the Crawford and Spence fight's not going to happen. Leave your thoughts, guys. And guys, remember to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.